And we back, episode 14 of the Meech and Colby podcast. We're back at you again without Meech, but I'm here with my boy Matt. Matt, say what's good to the people.
Listen, it's an honor and a privilege to be here. Thank you, Cole and Meech, wherever you are. You know, thank you for not being here so I can come on here and talk my shit.
Someone's about to steal your job.
You know,
All right, we're going to be getting with you with the normal NFL, NBA, a little hip hop at the end. Then you know the deal. We're hitting you with the normal episode. You ready to get started, Matt? We
let's
just
go.
we just had a Sunday full of football.
We did.
We had probably, in my opinion, the MVP, Patrick Mahomes, beat the best team in the NFC, the Saints, yesterday.
I can debate.
That was the game of the day, I think, yesterday.
I can debate that though.
All right, who's your NFL MVP heading into what looks like 2 weeks left of the season?
Well, the thing with me is, why does it always have to be a quarterback? That's something that pisses me off. But I mean, I respect it. Patrick Mahomes, he's doing his thing. Um, why can't Derrick Henry get it this year? I mean, he's literally breaking records, carrying this team. Um,
He's on pace for 2,000 yards rushing, right?
yeah, and he's multiple 200-yard games. Um, I also like Josh Allen as well. Um, the thing flipped, right? So like at the beginning of the year, Russell Wilson looked like the
It looked like he was running away with it.
yeah, he looked like he was running away with it. And then Josh Allen looked like he kind of stole it from him. Then at one point, halfway through the season, I liked Big Ben. You know, I liked the bounce back. He didn't play last year. And
Aaron Rodgers made his way into the debate.
yeah, Aaron Rodgers. But
So
I
who are
don't
you going
know.
with right now if you had to
I
put your
like
vote
Derrick
in?
Henry. I like Derrick Henry. But don't forget Josh Allen. Josh Allen's kind of sneaking in there as well. I don't
Yeah,
know. I don't get me wrong. I love me some Patty Mahomes, but
neither of those cats are playing with weapons that Mahomes has either,
exactly, and
or
that's
a
the thing,
coach like
and
Mahomes
that and
has.
that's the thing, you know. So I mean, my vote right now is Derrick Henry.
Yeah, man. I think Derrick Henry's definitely deserving of the award, but I think in the NFL, it's really who was the last running back to win it? Adrian Peterson, the MVP.
I think so.
Yeah, I think it's a very quarterback heavy award, and I think it's going to go to Mahomes again. I think that he has plenty to win in the future, and I think that I wouldn't mind seeing Henry win it this year. Or, I mean, Rodgers threw up a stinker last week in Carolina. He got the W, but he didn't look that amazing. So I'm going with Mahomes at the moment, but Henry's is a close second for me. And Russell Wilson really just threw away his opportunity, man. He hasn't been looking that great, especially the loss to the Giants hurt them a lot. And I just don't know where the Seahawks are going from here. But and we'll just keep rolling with this since we're talking Chiefs, number one seed in each conference. Right now the Chiefs and the Steelers both only have one loss. But the Chiefs are in line for the one seed. You think Chiefs are in the season with the one seed in the AFC?
To take the number one seed in the
Yeah,
AFC, the Chiefs. That's what it's looking like right now. I mean, Pittsburgh got exposed
twice.
last week. Was it last week?
Yeah, they lost to Buffalo and Redskins 2 weeks in
Yep,
Washington two
yep.
weeks in a
The
row.
last 2 weeks.
But they won yesterday, right?
No, they're playing tonight.
Oh yeah, they're playing tonight.
Cincinnati.
Oh yeah, they'll take that.
But it's looking like the Kansas City Chiefs will take the number one seed.
Kansas City just has to win out, right?
Yeah. Yep. Kansas City just has to win out. Even if Pittsburgh wins out, yeah, they
Pittsburgh already
still
has the
got it.
two losses,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
And I think even if they have the same record, KC still gets it.
Well, that depends on conference wins, right?
Yeah.
So we're looking at conference
But actually,
wins
no,
right
KC's
now.
lost to the Raiders. And Pittsburgh's two
They
losses
still
are.
can't keep. They still can't catch up.
All right, so
Right
it looks
now,
like
Kansas
KC's
City's
got it.
10-1 in the conference, and Pittsburgh's 8-1 in the conference.
Oh, okay. But Pittsburgh's got some conference games to end the season off. One tonight, too, against Cincinnati.
Right.
But in the NFC, the Saints losing yesterday, a close game. They only lost by it was a one
Three
score game.
points. 3 points.
Yeah, so you think the Saints are going to take control of that one seed, get the bye?
Um, I mean, Green Bay's right there as well. I I don't know what their schedule is looking like right now.
True. Yeah, the Packers are the Saints are
So
getting
I
the
want to look at the Packers' schedule here because that's the that's gonna be the game changer,
yeah
right?
no I
So
know
the
what you mean.
Saints, I have the Saints as my number one seed, but because of that loss yesterday to the Chiefs, um,
The Bucks are
they
right
might
behind them
lose
too.
that.
They might
They
even lose
might.
the conference.
So this is the problem, right? The Packers are playing the Titans. Um,
That's a great game for football fans
yep,
right there.
on the 27th. I the, I know Green Bay's favored by 3.5, but that's not an easy game for them.
No, they're gonna
The
bang
thing
out
the thing is, the Packers gives up a lot of uh,
yards on the
run
run.
on the run. Yep, and you're talking about the MVP running back here going up against them. Titans do give up a lot of yards in the air, and Aaron Rodgers can definitely make that happen.
One thing I could say about that is definitely the Titans aren't the type of team that is coming back from a big lead. Their type of game is just get a lead early and just give Derrick Henry the ball, run out the clock. And going against the Packers, Rodgers gets that ball slinging early, so they really got to hold Rodgers to start the game off. You want to have the Titans playing with a lead all game. I think that's their game plan.
Yep,
Just run out the
exactly.
clock.
I mean, Tannehill's been very efficient. I mean, he's basically the safe two-touchdown guy, kind of throws about 200 yards, 2 touchdowns a game. And he has that privilege because Derrick Henry kind of sets the tone for the whole game. So they have to stop Derrick Henry on the run, and then it could be a difficult game for Ryan Tannehill. On the opposite side of that, you have Aaron Jones, which is back and looking like he used to, and he's rushing pretty hard. And then you can't count out Aaron Rodgers. I mean, this guy just slings it.
Yeah, with Tay Adams over there too.
Yep.
They got the truth.
Who's winning that game?
I like the Packers winning that game.
You like him by 3.5?
Yeah, I'll take them by 3.5. I
You
do.
would? You would take
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Okay.
Now that Patriots last night they lost their playoff chances to Miami, and so now that they're out, man, I don't know what their thing is next year. I say we rerun it back with Cam.
Absolutely not.
I think we just got to try to get him some more weapons out there, some dudes who have been drafted.
Literally the worst quarterback in the league. And I said this. I wish I was on this podcast 16 weeks ago.
Disrespecting worst quarterback in the league.
Well, I mean, it's the Newton lady.
Not even the worst quarterback in his division.
It's the Newton lady. Who's better in his division?
Who's worse?
Well, who's better?
Allen and Tua.
So what do you mean?
I said he's not the worst in his division. He's better than Sam Darnold right now. They're both playing with equally as bad
I could I
offenses.
could I could
If anything,
debate you on that too.
I think the Jets' offense outside of quarterback is better than New England's offense.
I think he threw more interceptions than he threw touchdown passes this year.
That's okay. He had more rushing touchdowns than any other
He's a
quarterback, I
running
think.
back.
Yeah.
He's not a quarterback.
Yeah, but he was also working with hot garbage all year.
Okay. Well,
Who was his best receiver all year?
nobody.
Jacoby Myers?
Jacoby Myers for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, then he fell off. He was dropping everything.
Yeah.
It was James White.
It doesn't matter. I mean, listen, Bill Belichick makes receivers, but Tom Brady puts them in their hands. The problem is Cam is inaccurate, right?
Yeah, no.
So if you're throwing it in the dirt, you're throwing it over their heads, you're throwing it on the sidelines, you're running around, fumbling the ball. I don't care who's your receivers. If you can't get them in stride, if you can't hit them on the numbers, it doesn't matter.
He does make the throws sometimes, though. We do have so many drop passes.
There's a lot of drop passes. I understand that. But I could be out there running around. Drew Brees will hit me in the chest. Okay? Tom Brady will hit me in the chest.
Will
Cam
Stidham hit
Newton,
you in the chest?
I don't know. Why don't we let the kid go out there and make a play?
Well, we do every single time he goes out there. He's just a straight turnover.
Let the kid go out there and just
He
unleash.
can't even drop back the pass. He trips over his own shoelaces and fumbles.
Okay, so since you guys are already eliminated, right?
I
Next
agree with you, yeah.
next week, do you start Cam or do you start Stidham and see what the kid has?
I say we just throw out Stidham the rest of the year. The rest, even if he plays a terrible game next year, I just say we just keep him out there the rest of the year, see most upside we could get from him.
The good thing is you guys paid Cam $1 million for the year, so
And I think
that
Cam
worked out,
Cam
right?
got shit on a stick too. He probably got to New England thinking he was going to revive his career, and he got stuck with a mediocre receiver. Like, necessarily, he didn't look as good as he was hoping to come back. There was a reason why he only got $1 million, and he waited so long on the free agent market.
Playing off an injury.
Yeah, but he was probably looking to come back and get at least some better weapons than what he was running with. But he looked pretty good the first couple weeks, and COVID hit him. But I'm not going to use that as an excuse. The Dolphins were the truth yesterday. That defense was all over him, and they just kept us out of the end zone all game. Tua looked good the second half. They were a second half team. What do you got to say about the Dolphins yesterday?
Well, Tua has a lot to still work on. Um, I'm still not 100% believer. He's been winning games. Our defense has been winning games, and when I say our defense, is because I'm a diehard Dolphins fan. I'm just being quiet right now. But
Who's the MVP on your defense this season?
Kobe, you already know that answer.
I do, but tell the people. Is
It's
he the
Xavier
defensive
Howard.
player of the year?
It's Xavier Howard, which I also have as Defensive Player of the Year. And
Well,
Kobe, tell me if I'm wrong. I told you about this kid last year,
he
and
has been an Xavier Howard fan for a while.
I told you this guy's the truth. No one knew who he was. He's number 25 cornerback for the Miami Dolphins.
Leads the league in turnovers, forced turnovers, interceptions, forced fumbles. He was on it yesterday at a forced fumble on the Patriots.
Yep, he's doing his thing again,
You
right?
think he's the
So
best corner in the league?
best corner in the league. So the only guy that you could really compare him to right now is J.C. Jackson, which I love, and that's your guy, right?
Yeah,
New
I'd still
England.
take Minko. I mean, no, not Minko. Sorry. I wouldn't take JC over him, I don't think.
Are you gonna say Minka Fitzpatrick?
He's the truth, too.
Yo, he's nasty. He is, but he's a safety.
Yeah, no, I wasn't going to say him. I don't know. I was thinking Minko.
So Xavier Howard versus J.C. Jackson, and that's really the only cornerback you can compare him to, right? So here's the stats: tackles, Howard 35, Jackson 25. Pass deflections, Howard 17, Jackson 13. Interceptions, Howard 9, Jackson 8. Forced fumbles, 1 for Howard, 0 for Jackson.
I honestly wouldn't even put Jackson as number 2 this season. I'd have cats like Ramsey or Tre'Davious White over him just because they're like lockdown number ones. Like, you don't throw towards those guys, so they just don't have as good stats as.
No, I get that. I get that. And you're right about that. Like T White, he's nasty. Um, Fuller in Washington, he's been doing his thing. He's getting a lot of talk.
Absolutely.
Um, Patrick Peterson, always every year.
Every year. Yep, he's the truth. Finally going back
Xavier
to the
Rhodes,
playoffs.
which is like, I'm a big fan of him. He didn't really do his thing this year. Obviously, you
He's
have
been dropping off slowly.
people like Richard Sherman that was out half the year. I mean, he probably could have did
Gilly's
something
been
as
hurt.
well. Yep, Stephon Gilmore, another guy that like
He's
He doesn't get those stats because no one throws to him.
yeah, I
But
know what you
if
mean.
you throw on X, you're probably gonna get picked off. I mean, this guy literally,
Or deflected, tip, something's
yeah,
happening.
he makes shit happen. He gets burned once in a while. Don't get me wrong, he does, but he will pick you off, and
Yep.
that's a risk you have to take with him. And I think he's the best in the league to do it. I mean, since 2017, since he came into the league, nobody has more um, pass
Deflections
pass deflections and interceptions in the league, and
in games played.
games played, and he missed almost a whole season.
Yeah, it's true. He was hurt.
So you got to give him some credit. I have him as my defense player of the year, and that's me being biased, not just because I'm a Dolphins fan. I love me some J.C. Jackson, though. I mean, he really stepped it up.
He'll run it, yeah, for sure, for sure. Moving on to some, speaking of defensive player of the year, we're moving on to the NBA now. We got some awards. We're talking about some predictions for this year. We got dudes who we think could win defensive player of the year. Last year, of course, Giannis won it. Anthony Davis was the runner up. MVP is going to be another big thing this year. Giannis won it last year with LeBron being the runner up. And who's your MVP this season in the NBA? We got cats like the Greek Freak, Luca, Braun, AD, Harden, Curry coming back. KD's coming back. Me personally, I'm going with Luca as the MVP in the NBA. I think yeah, it's going to be hard for Giannis to three-peat just for media bias. I think like because it's a voted on award. I don't. The media really doesn't like to vote people 3 years in a row. MJ couldn't do it. Did MJ three-peat MVPs?
I don't think so.
Yeah, no. Braun didn't three-peat MVP. Steph Curry didn't three-peat MVPs. All of them are worthy of it.
I don't think there's ever been one.
No, I don't. Honestly, I don't think so. Oh no, I think
You gotta
Bird,
fact check that.
Larry Bird. I know for a fact Bird did. I think he might be the only person to ever do it.
3 years straight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Bird three-peated as an MVP, but it's gonna be hard for Greek Freak
Well,
to do
shout
that
out to Larry.
for real. One of the few,
You know.
if not the only. I'm going with Luca, man. I think he's gonna win plenty in his career, but I think he's just gonna be different. The Mavs are gonna be a top 4 seed out west. I think, especially without Porzingis playing the first month, he's gonna get his stats up. Other than that, I think he's obviously a triple double threat every single night for you. And if he works on his defense, no doubt he'll be top 3 MVP candidate. But I think for sure he's gonna win it out west. What about you?
Well, you literally stole everything I was gonna say.
All
Um,
right, all right.
I was going with Luca, and like you said, I mean, the kid literally does trip dubs almost every week, almost every game. And like you said, with Porzingis out for the first month, and I mean he's just injury prone as well.
Yeah,
He'll
true.
probably he'll come back and then he'll miss another month. I'm sure down the stretch.
No doubt.
But that's what Luca does. He carries the team, and that team's just gonna get better. I hope he gets the MVP if he does what he did last year. I know he missed some time last year, and that's what kind of killed him on the MVP voting. But
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, we could talk about Steph as well. KD. The issue I have with KD doing that is because Kyrie's over there and he has to share the ball more. I know he has to share the ball. When he was in Golden State, he had to share the ball more, right? And did any of those guys get MVP when KD was
Nah,
there? Okay, so when Kyrie was with LeBron, did anybody get MVPs over there
no,
when they
because
were together?
Kyrie probably took more shots than LeBron. Because Kyrie takes a lot of shots.
So LeBron didn't get an MVP when Kyrie was there, right?
No,
That's why I don't think those guys are gonna get an MVP. I'm looking at
it's like LeBron and AD. They kind of cancel
it's
each other
kind of
out.
like yeah, exactly. That's why Luca looks like the front runner here. Well, we'll see what happens, man. I mean,
Yeah,
the kid's exciting. He's fun to watch. He's nasty all the way around. He puts the stats up. He wins games. That's my guy as well.
true. Greek Freak will probably come out with another crazy year, like 25, 12, 5, or something like that. But we'll see.
But like you said,
Media bias.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
And so speaking of that, KD, you were talking about KD. You think that he's going back to MVP form? Not necessarily win MVP, but All NBA type player. Do you think the Nets are winning the East with him and Kyrie, DeAndre Jordan, Dinwiddie, Levert, all those cats?
When you hear those names, when you see it on paper, that definitely looks like um they're gonna go to the chip, right? So in the East, don't forget, man, like you have some guys that you're gonna go up against that's gonna be tough. Uh, All right, so all these guys are playing together for the first time, basically, right?
Yeah, pretty much. So it's pretty much the cores all played together, but they're putting KD and Kyrie in, and they've never played together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's what I want to see, and I know the East is. Did the East get soft?
the East is like, it's really like top heavy. You know what I mean, man? Like, I like the
It's
East,
Miami,
and like Miami won the East
Philly,
last year, and they're not even that intimidating, are they? Too to run it
Miami.
back,
No, no, but those guys scrape though.
they do. Miami, Philly, Boston's always a threat. Miami, Philly, Boston, the Bucks, Nets, Wizards are gonna be interesting this year, man.
Yeah, with
Westbrook and Beal.
Westbrook over there,
Yeah,
I'd like to see what happens there. But back to KD, um, he's gonna shit. He's gonna shit all over everybody.
all NBA player.
All NBA player, All Star. He's going to still step up and splash in everyone's face. And this is his first time in the Eastern Conference, right?
Yeah,
So
is he gonna be the new king of the East?
I mean, that's what it's looking like right now. Besides my guy Tatum,
True, true.
which is another MVP forerunner right here,
Tatum?
front runner. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe, maybe. I don't. Oh man, I don't have. I like Tatum. I don't know if he's an All NBA one or two guy though. I could. I think there's probably four forwards better than him in the league.
Who?
Giannis, Kawhi, LeBron, KD, AD. That's some tough competition. Those
Jesus, that
five
is
right
tough.
there.
That is tough. But I mean, let's see how he carries the team, right?
True
You
without.
got to think about that. Like most valuable player.
Yeah, true. Kemba's out the first month. That's when they're gonna have to really show themselves.
So speaking of Kemba, right? You asked me Kemba with Porzingis missing the first month. What team does that affect most?
Yeah, the Mavs or the Celtics.
Right. I'm asking you.
Oh yeah, I think it's gonna affect honestly I think it's gonna affect the Mavs more. The Celtics are rolling good without honestly I thought like they looked good without Kemba last year for a little bit, the Celtics. And I think really the formula for them is just the two guards, Brown and Tatum. And then you can really rotate pieces in whether it's your big men, because they've been rotating centers since they've both been drafted. Same thing with the point guards. But I think Kemba's gonna. It's obviously gonna hurt because he's their all-star point guard. But I feel like without Porzingis, the Mavs played pretty much the whole season last year without him, and were able to fight to the playoffs. But it did show in the playoffs that without Porzingis, the Mavs were no match to the Clippers. So it's close, in my opinion. How about you?
I think it affects the Mavs more. Um, I mean, it's close, but I love me some Kemba Walker, cardiac Kemba. He kind of isn't as valuable as he was before he came to the Celtics. They have a The thing about the Celtics is they have a deep bench. They have a lot of guards that can fill in that role. Porzingis playing on the court with these guys for the Mavs is a game changer,
No
and
doubt.
that can take them to the next level. I think the Mavs hurt more without him than the Celtics do without Kemba.
I feel that. I feel that. And we got about 5 minutes left in this episode, but I think Gobert just got 5 years, $220 million, fourth biggest contract in NBA history. Such an overpay, in my opinion. But Utah had to do it. Such a small market, they're not getting any free agents to sign in Utah anytime soon, I don't think. Your opinion on that?
Well, my opinion is all these guys are overpaid. So why not overpay him? I mean, the guy is a monster on defense, right?
Yeah, two-time defensive player of the year.
Yeah. And I would love him on my team, right?
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
So they kind of had to do it like you said. They had to, you got to lock him in and kind of just build off of him, right?
Yeah,
Who
no
else do
doubt.
they have
Him
there?
and Mitchell
Yep.
kind of rolling
Donovan
with
Mitchell.
they're like a dollar store Kobe and Shaq that they're kind of trying to roll out with.
Yeah, but that can build.
Yeah, no, Mitchell still has a lot of time to develop.
Exactly. And they play well together. I know they had a little drama last year in the locker room.
Yeah,
What was that about again?
because Rudy was like touching all them.
Yeah,
Remember, he
the
was,
corona thing,
yeah, he
right? Yeah,
gave the
the
whole league
COVID. Yeah,
COVID
yeah,
because
he
he
was
was,
all touching the microphone and
yeah,
yeah, but I think they pieced that up. Yeah. I mean, Rudy's the truth. I listen, no one wants to go to the paint when he's down there, right?
true.
So, I mean, that's major. And nowadays, you don't really have big men in the league like that. I
He's an
mean,
old school big.
he's an old school big. You don't have those guys anymore. So, why not lock him down? Of course, he's overpaid. They're all overpaid, but I like what they did.
Fourth, yeah, true. Him, Drummond, the last of the dying breed of big men.
Exactly.
So we're gonna move on. We got a couple minutes left. Best J Cole album.
Let's talk about hip hop.
What you hitting me with? We got 3 minutes left, man. What you hitting me with the best J Cole album?
Best J. Cole album? I mean, it's got to be his first album, right?
Forest Tree Hills
No, that's not his first album.
with him. Oh, I know which one you're talking. Really, you don't like Forest Tree Hills?
I love all his albums.
The one with him like sitting
It's the
down.
Sideline Story.
Okay, I know which one you're talking
It
about.
dropped in 2011.
Mr. Nice Watch is on there.
Yeah, you got Jay on there. You know what I mean? I mean, he doesn't really have a lot of features ever, but
I know he went platinum with no features.
is he the only one?
I think so on Forest Hill Drive.
Listen, I love this album. That's when I became a big fan of his. He has three features on here. He has "Can't Get Enough," which is a banger that was on the radio with Trey Songz. He has "Mr. Nice Watch." If you didn't listen to the album, you don't know what that is. Jay's on it, and then he has "Nobody's Perfect," which is another radio banger with Missy Elliott.
Yeah, no, he did have a lot of. That was a big album. I think he had a lot of songs on that album.
So "God's Gift" is probably one of my favorite songs of all time.
Best intro on that whole album too.
And he has some dope skits on here too. I mean, this kid literally sat in front of Def
Rockefeller.
Def Jam Records or Rockefeller Records,
Yeah,
right? Shopping his mixtape.
no doubt. He did for mad long until
Yeah.
Hove got it one
And
day.
then one day finally,
It got up to Jay-Z.
yeah, he got it and he listened to it and he's like, "Where the fuck is this kid at?" And then he put him and then he signed and now he's killing it.
No
I
doubt,
mean,
man.
what's yours?
Mine's Forest Hill Drive. I do like KOD a lot, a lot. And he's dropping some new fire soon. Probably by the end of the year, hopefully. We got like a week left, but A Tale of Two Cities. Obviously, No Role Models. That's probably his most popular song.
Love that track.
But no, I gotta shout out KOD too. I like that album a lot. With like they have tracks like Kevin Hart, KOD in
I
there.
think that's his worst album.
1985.
I think that's his worst album he put out.
You don't like KOD?
I mean, it's all right.
I don't like his newest album actually, Revenge
I
of the
think Born
Sinners.
Sinner is way better than that.
True,
Born
true.
Sinner, Forest Hill Drive. I mean, anything this kid touches is gold. He kind of got a little crazy on that KOD, you know.
Yeah.
He, but I understand what he's doing. You know what I mean? He grew his hair out. He started dreading his shit up. He started smoking way too much weed, and he's walking around the hood trying to preach about politics and shit and whatever else he's doing, but it's dope. I like
And
I still love his music. I mean,